So what's the UK average memoha? Now when your car akwenshie bi enyo fo. Anase adokita fo ahwe wa wan hwe yi. Right claim betumi aboa wa ma wagisi kan pimpin bebre. Ya wo UK a lawyer fo etitru anase ekuku damfo a betumi aboa wo akonko ama. Kosi se we sika no beba. Eno ani se wo be ko www.rightclaims.co.uk. Now we fill wo form. Wo betumi afre yen wo number ya ewu figure ase. Say a cancel of flight. And now say when your flight delay for over don shremiensa. May try 3 hours. Enko bebia. Right claims bet me aboa ma ahanso wa Jessica. Right claims. It's as simple as that.
Green Select Glucometer from Costless Ventures. Sa fidie kitwa etimimpo show botomi eboa ma uhunu sugar level abribia. Wana wo diabetes anayare ahodo a emma sugar level. Esote wo brano no. Sa fidie be bo nka ye baby bia wo bia no wada wo so akohu doctor ntem na wo dry betimi ma blood sugar no aye pepepe. With Green Select blood glucose monitoring system, you get your test results in 5 seconds. And you 5 seconds per now results are ready. And it's suitable for persons of all age. Na ne boa so de the form Call Costless Ventures now on 0205-915-315 or Green Select Glucometer. The best. This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Okay, so the action on radio is what I give to you anytime you see me sitting like this here on Sammy Flex TV. And because I know sometimes you are so busy during the day, you don't even get time to listen to what we do on radio, I have introduced this particular segment called the highlights of Showbiz Agenda. Here what I do is whatever we did on Zylofon 102.1 FM on a special program called Showbiz Agenda, I give you all the highlights. I know you might not have time to listen to all the 3-hour program, so what I do is I come down, call my team, and we say the people would want to hear this, they want to see this, we piece them together for you to enjoy. It is called the highlights of Showbiz Agenda. So today's episode is going to give you one of such, taken from Zylofon FM's Showbiz Agenda. All that you have to do is to sit, relax, enjoy, and still get the moment just as it was live on radio. I did this with my team led by Digital Rasta Currency, Richie Flex, Ya Lapiji, Nana Reagan, and Team Dodu Solomon, aka Chamo, and MC Berima as well. Now you have to relax, and anytime you want to know what is happening on Zylofon FM, this is what you have to do. Subscribe to this channel, Sammy Flex TV, get all the updates, and even if you are not able to listen to what we do on radio, you get a chance to watch it here on Sammy Flex TV later. Enjoy the moment, and you can always share your comments with us here on the show. Enjoy, and let's do more. We're out.
Okay, so let's start talking.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of the media. My name is Rosamond Alade Brown, aka Akuapem Poloo. This afternoon, I wish to address the press and say thank you to my family, fans, and loved ones for standing by me through these trying times of my life. First and foremost, I wish to thank the Almighty God who has been gracious and merciful to me. And importantly, I say a big thank you to the President of the Republic, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, who, upon receiving a lot of petitions from well-meaning Ghanaians and friends, both home and abroad, to intervene in my situation, gave a listening ear to my plight. Secondly, I would like to say a big thank you to the Honorable Attorney General, Mr. Godfrey Dame, for his great support and for representing the government at large in taking this matter up as an exceptional case, considering the situation of my 7-year-old son. My special thanks also go to all those who in one way or the other worked behind the scene to support my cause. Of course, I cannot forget to say thank you to all my lawyers who came to assist me in one way or the other since this matter started, and in particularly Mr. Andrew Votia, Gangster Tamaklo, John Kwame Quincy, Ohine Nana some. Please, my English is not good, so the way I say, please forgive me. I beg. Felix, Nana Osei, and etc. And the rest of the legal team. I also want to thank persons like those called celebrities, the Nigerian blogger Mofa, CCB Niger, Tonto DK, Linda Nkeji, Tunde Ednots, Cardi B, My Spirit Twinnie, DKB, Reggie Braxton, the legendary, Sarkodie, Efia Novtana, Habib Asinari, Nana Mama Brown, the legendary, Kwalkesie, Prince Kennedy, Nation Blogger, Nkokon Sam, Zion Felix, GH Hyper, Ronnie is everywhere, a lot, and all my bloggers. Please, I can't mention all of you, your name. Please, I'm so grateful. I saw everything when I came back. I saw all the support you use your blog to do for me, especially the hashtag Free Akuapem Poloo. I saw it and I was home, but I was still crying because I didn't know I had so much people who love me like this. And finally, I want to thank the rest of my fans, both home and abroad, especially my lovely brothers and sisters in Nigeria and the rest of Africa for standing by me in this matter. And last but not the least, to my pastors and all religion leaders who in one way or the other said a prayer for me on this matter. I say God bless you all. In fact, I cannot finish thanking everyone, but God bless everyone for me. I really appreciate everything. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, so once again, you heard the voice from the press conference, and let me go to Adam Menza Chotobe because he's a senior journalist. Let me ask if he was even there. Were you there?
I wasn't there.
But why? Doesn't mean you did not get an invitation or you got it?
Oh, the invitation there was available.
Okay, you couldn't make it.
Yeah.
Maybe because you were busy doing other things.
Sure.
What is your general impression of the press conference?
All right. Before I start from there, even up to now, people do not understand why she's out there. Some even feel she's in prison and they don't understand the circumstance. Big shouts to Kevin Osai, the Uber driver who brought me. When you were playing the voice, he said, Obi prisoner, so like I want to start from a certain background and come here.
Good.
As a country, we have 3 types of bail. We have one, police inquiry bail, where police will arrest you and maybe upon certain parameters, they can say, okay, let us bail you so that we continue the case in this way. And there's what we call bail pending trial. Where the case is ongoing, they can say, okay, considering the circumstance, we are giving X bail so that the trial can continue.
Okay.
And the third one is bail pending appeal. So Akuapem Poloo's legal team triggered the bail pending appeal, where maybe a certain case has been ruled over by the court, and an appeal has been filed at a higher court, and based on the appeal, maybe they will need the convict or the person who is in the center of the case,
the accused.
So they had to release the person to be able to, carry on with the proceeding.
Appeal process.
Yeah, so they triggered the third part of our bail system processes, which is the bail pending appeal.
Okay.
That is why she's out of the prison. So it is not that something which is not in our laws.
Okay.
Now,
perfect.
Moving on to the press conference, I think they had their own reasons for doing that, but I had some reservations. They had every right to do the public showing because there has been instances in this country where the laws have caught up with people in even cases of contempt, where the judges will tell you, go on a platform, media platform, go and render apology and let the whole world see you are remorseful or you have change of heart. And I think from her lawyer's point of view, I think that was the focus.
The card they were playing.
We were coming to show we are remorseful and that we are sorry for what happened and we are no more standing by that thing again. So that was their strategy. But in doing that, they went through certain path where people, that is where the issues came from, where people were not happy, where she alluded to the fact that the signing of the petition led to the Attorney General and the President intervening. You see, when it comes to law, it's about strategy. During the just ended election petition, when at a point Chachu Chikata fired for certain questions to be posed to the EC, but the judges said that, oh wait, the EC boss will come, so don't worry, reserve the questions. When the EC boss comes,
we can put it to her.
But strategically, the team of the president or the MPP and the EC had the strategy that the EC boss will not appear. But they will say, oh, don't worry, we will bring her. So what's your problem? Then at the point where NDC Chachu Chikata had closed their case, they put a surprise on them that the woman is not appearing. You see, so normally in strategy, you have to do things in the quiet.
Okay.
We all know that Andrew Votia, which is for me even that, and I thought it wasn't needful. The lawyer for Akuapem Poloo made a comment on Joy News that the Attorney General Godfred Adame called him to say that the sentencing was so harsh and even encourage him to file an appeal. If you do that in this country, when you file for bail and you file for appeal, the person who stands for the state is the Attorney General. You understand? So if that person maybe has reached out to you and you are filing for bail and he's going to defend the state, then you know what's going to happen. So I think it was from there that Akuapem Poloo thanked Godfred Adame and the president, because at the end of the day, the Attorney General represents the president. Okay. So because they reach out to her team and encourage them, which they filed an appeal. And I think the bill, they didn't file for any, they didn't oppose to their bill. You see, it was a reason her bill was like swift, because the state which was to defend did not file any opposition to the appeal, and they had it on a silver platter. So she was in the right, within that right, to thank the Attorney General or the president. But people felt that this is a strategy. Let it be under the blanket, so that after the whole thing, because the case has not ended, it will go on. So maybe if the Attorney General is pushing through a certain position, maybe the judges or people will say, oh, okay, you are part of them, like the girl has mentioned you and that's why you are doing this way. It will open certain, eyes to certain things. Okay. And it can even put pressure. People started pushing pressure on the presidency that they should come clear. What exactly did they do? You see, if you do some of these things, you may thinking that you were doing something good to show appreciation or gratitude, but you may end up making them stand still or stop whatever they are doing for you, and it can hurt your case. Okay. Because don't forget, the case has not ended; it is on appeal, and the appeal will be determined. So if there's too much pressure on the Attorney General, he may decide to maybe also file some oppositions to your appeal and other things, which might not go well for you. So that is why for me, I see it was premature. Especially the names which were mentioned.
The name calling, you think was premature?
It was premature. She could have
but in her bid to say thank you to some people, don't you think whoever played the role, because some people who just maybe posted on social media, they were even mentioned. How about those who
that is where I say in her heart of hearts, it was to show appreciation, but it can also bring a certain angle to the whole matter, where people will put pressure on the presidency and the Attorney General, and that pressure might make them slow a bit in trying to help you out. You see, that is the point. You could have easily said, you could have even thanked the judicial system or the judicial authority, the court and the Attorney General. Now you've thanked both Attorney General department. It ends there. You don't bring the president in, everybody, because this country, we can mount some pressure on authority. We've done it before, which has changed so many approaches the authority wanted to use. So for me, the press conference was for a certain purpose, which they did. But I feel that some name calling were not necessary. They could have played around the son and even the things she saw at the prison and the remorsefulness. You know, look at that hinge on these three things: the prisons, the remorsefulness, and the child. To play their thing and do a general thank you to everyone who supported, rather than coming out with some certain names which are very sensitive and can affect the appeal. So I pray that it doesn't affect the appeal and whatever intention that maybe some authorities have to help her out. I know she has learned some lessons from this. So that alone is enough. Punitive measure.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much, Adam Mensah Chatome. He has also done his background checks on what really is going down on the Akuapem Poloo court saga at the moment. Now, let's still take you back to the press conference where our producer Facebook Jata was there, and he filed more reports, including this as well.
Okay, my son, since I came, I've seen him. He's with my lawyer. Myself, all this while, I've been with my lawyer because we're not really done with the process for me to come out. The appeal is still in process. So for now, I've not been in the house. I'm with my lawyer, with my son, since for some few days. Since when I was out, my son was with my lawyer. My son is not aware. My son still feel like I'm in Nigeria working. Yes. Yeah, to him, he think I'm in Nigeria working as an actress. Yeah. I just want to leave everything to God for now. Yeah. Oh, but you've been on my page and for 1 year now. Since 30th June that this issue came. 30th June was my son's birthday. And I posted that picture with him. Since then, 30th June last year, I posted that picture. Minya same way. One was me posting nudity on my page for 1 year now.
So that's okay.
Me posting nudity. So I'm so serious about stop nudity.
So what lessons have you learned from all this back and forth?
Oh, it's a lot. The good and the bad side, I've learned a lot. That is why I'm here to say that it's not a good thing to do. So we should try and put a stop to it. Page. I'm not exposing myself on my page anymore. Oh no. This is my private issue and I don't talk about that.
The sentence was harsh. To you, how do you think it was?
Oh no, that's what I'm telling you. It's a legal matter, and I don't want to talk about anything about courts here. Please, let's leave it there, please. I just came out. I'm grateful to anyone. That's why I said.
We spoke to your manager today, and he was like, the management team and yourself didn't know anything about that.
I'm grateful to anyone who supported, who donated to me and my son. I'm grateful.
Please, we have just two more. Please, we have just two more questions, and we would have to end it here. Please.
I just came. Please, I thank everyone who supported me. DKB is a legend. So if he supported me, he's supposed to support me. Thank to anyone who supported me. God bless them, they did work.
All right, thank you guys so much.
DKB is a legend. Okay, Kofi Asamoah. So first, your general impression on the press conference before we talk about other matters. For information, Stephen Forson has joined us, CEO of Create Concept, and I know some people were asking, Mr. Sammy, when is Mr. Forson coming? Now today he's here, so you guys are going to hear the voice again. Kofi, so what is your general impression on the program? Press conference? Kofi, it's okay. That we only vida. Oh, they only vida.
Yeah, Munyasa. Program. Yeah, brand new program this year.
Kofi, yeah. They don't be out the brown bread. Your general impression on the Akuapem Poloo press conference?
That's I mean. First of all, I was really trying hard to comprehend what the motivation for the organization of the presser really was, and the reason is that, in my estimation, I was actually imagining that they would meet the press to showcase some level of remorsefulness for the act. I mean, a public show.
And did you not feel that?
Not at all. It felt like a thank you presser. Like a thank you. You know, more like saying that I made it. Like, we made it. And very less of the lessons learned. And yes, it is not wrong to show appreciation, and even the point where she tries to mention names, I really have a problem with that, because there are a lot of people who may have
things that you did not see.
So it is always best to
leave it open,
group and leave it open. Otherwise, because it makes it look like there are people whose effort you respect more
than the others.
But there may be somebody somewhere whose contribution probably was immense, but maybe you may just have forgotten to mention,
or maybe you did not even see it.
But for me, I don't know who wrote that speech for her. I don't know what the agenda behind it was. All I heard was thanking people, mentioning them. Thank you, those core celebs. Thank you, Nigeria blogger. I felt like so she came out of prison on bail to thank people for what the end. There was also a little confusion in the presser. Now me say maybe some who say as one moment I said there is assembly. I say assembly. Assembly. Na minim say be on my update say the ekuduni baby ayekoni.
What really their intentions, their next actions are.
But the omoya and manai say and ya hear him for press and be complicated, be implicated and crofobia. Because me titin room I was thinking that it should be private, because I don't think that I don't know for sure, and they didn't even say for a fact if say a bill was on premise of the petition, and I say the appeal, which is part of the legal process. But as a moment I say petition, I'm in a president it's a petition, in a president seeing me free. That was the impression created.
You got
I got why, because Kasan made an for the say of my listening ear and I'm a petition and then I'm thinking the petition and a president ate and a president ate and a president I can say you free na president can say you free must say you bail been a president it make kasa also kasa some men crying
because mama na ID yeah
mo hwe nipa mo de mo be come it's sana na me can because amana say president etie and I'm thinking the president etie bibi na petition na president acted on a petition say nye bail asemo and I minimum ranum ye say nye bail president babu dia
that will be prerogative of mercy.
Na bail there ubo president did na say wetie they accept bail the president ni him be, and if there's something that we don't know they should come clear at it. Intino, Omoma, they should watch their communication henceforth from and they are communication here because legal matters, you know. One year, just to clear their names.
Okay, strategy, yeah.
One because Okobo president will be treated as a one penny, some about entertainment and what. Social media support oh yes, you know, you're very careful. So by no because so Madam Munina say some to me mutamechi obi a support me Madam say some that so court ya file appeal ya mama bill ya bomb pie say because say na ya pen humanity. But that say I say a media tone and over hana boko station to station.
Uncle station to station. I know this. So we're meeting pressing 19. There is no need for her to move from one station to the other.
Because say the headline craft for the audience. Because like I said, I didn't say Obana what means we know. You know, once legal aid, something in account you. How public apology there was no your demeanor. But some may need it when we say possible. As I go back or come back or best.
She was responding to questions.
I know.
Yeah.
I heard you crying. By Wednesday, there now he paying you back on Instagram. Because Abrewa be ye the Utua Ebeko. But a crowd
okay, thank you, Kofi Asamoah, for that one. Let me get Mr. Stephen Folson, his initial impression on the press conference before we talk about other matters. Yes, Mr. Folson.
Brasa mi me da say.
Who watching so?
I say very good morning. A very good morning to your cherished listeners. It's been a while. I'm say I feel more, you know, I mean 2 minutes.
They've been asking sir.
Mo friend chemi. Michia Kofi Asamoah so. But no na meetie no. I say maybe ofiba na ya asem ketwa.
Baby I say nyenenko a.
I say na dia abruso. Okay, asem we on Brasami. In fact,
I know you. Well, let's talk about it. Yeah. Mr. Folson has been behind this particular case doing so many things. But then, like someone said, once again, if you are talking about people whose names were mentioned, he was not mentioned. But I'm not sure that is what you are looking for. I know.
But as far as Kofi Asamoah, I mean, Yiba Kupon film. I mean, it's he just nailed it right there, spot on. See, I know. Meet me akase what the no ho akwhye ko na mu kakra is illegal in nyama o ma we mu mra wo mu na se mra so mu a ebe yo se mra nim atase and egos are also present. Judge na o sentence wo no ni ego ene ne integrity.
It's at stake here.
The knowledge of the law and then the sentence it's also at play over here. Do you get it? Sometimes, okay, we call people in their privacy and then we empathize with them. Oh, so now they were idea, but yakasi judge no mean cleaner. Ebia me woni people mean kasa because my academic intelligence will let me know say no. I don't know if you understand me. Sometimes you empathize with somebody in secrecy just to make the person, you know, feel good.
Yeah, but openly, you might not take that position.
I will not say that because my colleagues will subject my statements to scrutiny and thoughts. You get it. Say nye bibia we free wa catch we okukwem na we abeja montai say oh we harsh and say in fact the case is not over. And if you look at statistics, how many appeal cases are won? Because another judge overturn the decision of another judge, and that firm sir, they should rather be sitting down and be thinking of strategy, not celebrating and making it look as if and see. And when you celebrate prematurely, that's a appeal. That's an appeal for the say no. They judge back on the kind and no. The momentum na man for the Bekuma or first, you may not get it. Okay, but sometimes your public demeanor, how I'll be handled, and when such things happen to you, I don't think that's when you have to even go more public. That's where you have to even stay back a little, because the same social media now Edo Koto as one that was signing on me. And as for journalists for the end, oh yeah, the baby some question. And send me account in account, but journalists video baby some question.
Of course.
And until Phyllis said judge and cry yeah. One channel so your emotions will get the better part of you.
Make a statement. Yeah.
Who got to change in courtroom or show your real size. Send your catch some Ghanaian politicians sometime ago.
You see your
real size. Because in there your social media followers doesn't count. That's why cause your friend my lord no. I know you nyame wo ho. No you ra. No decide to send the obedi and I send the undi fie. Send in the obedi den and I say undi hwe no. It is the judge. My general impression on this whole press conference or press out and say I felt it was grossly unnecessary. And I say it went too overboard. I don't know the handlers of Akuapem Poloo. I think some and when you are dealing with presidencies, you have to be careful. Yes, sir.
Those guys are slippery.
Presidents dissociating and this matter is serious. No, it's a serious matter.
Especially with where we've got into.
Where maybe Kakra. It may be later on. I'll give you some in-depth, my in-depth first hand. Because I was part of it. Until later on, you discuss it.
No. Wait. Now he's talking about his general impression of. So after that, I'll ask.
So I understand the magnitude of this case. They say I think initially they took it. I'm finding it too light.
They thought it wasn't going to end anyway.
But maybe your impression say, assuming a bit to me, I say, case say I would do court na Joe, friend say bill of over here, very few amount no beginning the almost no big. There was an initial bill. Initial bill of is it? No, that's not it. I forgot.
The 200,000 was another discussion. Yeah,
the 80,000 bill near TCR bill near German. There was an initial bill here. I think it's 20,000 or so, and it was huge. I mean, for a case to get that kind of is it Mirefi, but Obi never granted our bill.
I think that one was 50,000 or so.
50,000 or so. And judge na me ne kasa initially ne tins our bill no say and yeah judge ne ni abre. You get it? Yes, abuan kawa. Oh yeah, then on fairness and bill bond near the two cases. That shows the how serious the judge views the case. Into honest and ka mubo shake kakra na mo yes and actually you approach case another way. You know, but maybe general impression on this press conference, I think it was one needless. And it was also, even if they had to do it, it went too much overboard.
Okay.
Something like was not necessary. Mentioning of names. And wherever you stand, wherever you stand, the name president, when you are
mention it with care.
You have to be careful. Because even if you're president, that's a do baby, the president has to prove a point that nation won't hear the same way or be prove it.
I see. Now, first, let me also ask that at this stage, is the child rights team out of the matter, or they are still going to be needed somewhere?
Oh, some of them on petition police, and it is their job.
And a sentence came after that. So, are they out of the matter, or as we proceed? At
this moment, it is on state. That which even makes it more complicated, bringing in Attorney General and all. You get it? That's a me now name me wa asamino. Me answer me wa wafa. So a man yesterday be say child rights for the day. I'm petition police. Him say the latest leaky and social media and the letter not truck or petition, and it is their job to protect the rights of children in the country. Nti de no more young majuma na law no so then it take in because and it's an international organization everywhere to make sure that children everywhere rights are protected.
Okay.
Because in Kwalade akola na mama ne papa na hwe no, but that doesn't also give the mother or the father the rights because I want wa wo ba until we feel send them minkunu and I say me ye bibi akola no da achi bi e bia nani ankoje ade na meye no ho ana say esi dada. Imagine at this moment Sammy Flex na on collaborate picture on ho dada so. Every year bia obi for the reminder. Every year bia obi for the reminder. You get it. It sometimes it has this emotional way that maybe at that moment I remind you don't want to be in the public space.
That's
maybe
true.
You want some quiet life. If people are better so for if I hope say run a presidency, then it be a mfoni near the
if I poster to her near the nonso atunche.
Oh, near the to you know, I'm almost share my picture being collaborating picture. Now I can find out that to say it did better. I'll be young. Say about social media, call you pictures near you, but the internet doesn't lie.
Someone has kept it.
Someone has kept it. They be our Kayo. So let's be careful and let's not trivialize this matter. Those so-called celebrities, no on social media, no they think they are helping our sister, but they are rather doing her more harm than good. Because the law, social media, it doesn't happen in anymore.
Yeah.
You just a judge, people until who did you say this was? Oh, baby, sister, who did you? And I could feel someone on no cry. What does she? They are in a look. We are in this country. Some people are on a different trajectory.
I know.
Some people are on a different line. But all kind of law reviews. We are in the same country, okay, and we have some celebrities. Or Marco baby. Obi
Oh, I remember. I think Amin's scientific boss said he didn't know Shatawale and Stoneboy, and some people were not happy with him when he said, he doesn't listen to music because to him he thinks lazy people listen to music.
I don't know your opinion, no.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is it. Social media, no, yes, it's a public place, a marketplace for all of your alcohol. But you'll be an alcohol. Me say there are certain places. Say Twitter say. Yes, I'm on Twitter, alright, but me ni ho. You say too violent,
violence in the doors.
It does what Twitter to me near grow. I hardly type there because I'm telling you, the way I'm for best so power. Social media is more friendly.
Okay.
Social media, say Facebook
and Instagram.
Instagram put a picture. You are looking handsome. Oh, you are looking. But Twitter, they open you be say Jesus is king. The response will be better now. Say Adrian, Adrian, look, I'm coming channel. Your whole life will be messed up. You be cool.
Have you gotten any interaction with the child rights people, especially when the report came out that they demanded for some amount of money to be paid by Akuapem Poloo and her people?
Count for the child.
Yeah, but I hear there are some discussions around there. I don't know if
I think say and one Aminia Edem who say some of your media for bloggers now social media. You're seeing your cut and your you say the headline as on the mind was very misleading. I was there. I was there when this discussion was happening.
Okay. You mean the interview?
No, I was there.
Oh, okay. When the discussion with Akuapem Poloo.
Yes, me,
okay.
And yes, will be say me Akuapem Forcing. I was there in the room. So I'm giving me
okay.
It wasn't say confess can brain. What you see, Yakas will be a lawyer. When I met Akuapem Poloo, mine is a case. Media and say me person police being a case. And a good lawyer is not the one who is always in a hurry to go to court. To me, a good lawyer is the one who wants to always make sure say as matter na and travel and go do level say yanko konto kwa. Na what e be meet me them it be them so bet me e be kwa them meet me abome in way by into kwaya shesha match na say if there's a way I can stop the match both of us should work at it to stop the match. What if we kokon ya na o bomi na me to me say me so se me mo kon ho cho wewu. So into kwanimuno doesn't really it's a danger to both parties. So a good lawyer will always try the best to avoid going to court because who could do court pay. It is now out of mummy no monsem. Judge opinion in a matter. So what from Aqualano? Wajatum and yet why don't we find a way to prove to the judge that Yakasa I have changed that and yes I made the man I'm sorry I'll not do that again. Sometimes you have to show that my sister actually
so indeed.
Hey, now this is what I'm doing to compensate the child, to make sure this child has a bright future or some level of future. See, why don't you just set up an account for the child and then put this set amount of money in there? First, Grandpa Pan suggest say the way you on social media, no be able to see you whisker. What I say? In Sadia, and the say to me 200,000 to me. So unibi send out be also me 100,000 and they fine. Why could be account no? Na our Quran investment account or whatever. For my Quran, young go court and co professor. You qua nipa no the position ko nya ko ka say oh you qua no but amami we no. These are steps that we take or the which is okay according to the standards of the child right free. What you say nti ya near the buy yes I the engine sign na ma men go question because take steps to make sure you who send the ban who here the ehia no. That's me papa can say our company David we are there say you with na radio so ne friends the social media near so pan say or extorting money from Akuapem Poloo.
So people understood it to be the man was demanding for the money for himself.
No, one kasa fembre no. Also one kasa ko be account ma kwala no. Ni enfa hu papers. Enko chere judge say.
This is what you've done.
These are the steps are all nka e be a sentencing we move no. Maybe nka case you enko do level say ye di. What I say. See sometimes the way you taking matters, and this a very good man I know personally who if you have the child's on the say if you have the child's right, okay, at heart, then you should have the parents' right at heart as well. And see, why will a child rights international man or deputy executive director decide say me the mommy the air kotum na kwala no be den? Just say at any point in time the child's right is always paramount. They be a bedroom akwala no ho. They be a bedroom akwala no ho first. What I say? And see the way I am taking matter no. Yes, Papa no cry. Yes, sometimes our bloggers, some pay way about where you don't have to traffic about page. And no one say somebody's hard-earned reputation with just a headline. That was slander. No, it doesn't work that way. These are the true legends in our country who are really respected internationally for doing something right. You get it? Fighting for rights of children, not just in Ghana, in Africa. And doing so much, do you get it? And if somebody obi a own him, excuse my language, I say on you obi a mamen kum. I think it goes against us as a country, and we are not seen serious. Look, even this whole major press conference idea, imagine say child right international for the international community. At say say it even puts bring the name of the country into disrepute. Sometimes you're careful with the way you're taking say obedi just because you say it's not right. I was there, brother. There was nothing like confisca breme. Confisca just forgot to account. Until me kase ko be account ma oba. Na say who will be poor. Don't you think it is a common war? Because I do 18 pe. It's in Nidim. Obet me you should Ako University. Obet me no sumajo. I mean this. In fact, when the man said it, I was there. I even asked him, oh, so something like this can be done. He said it's something he does for people.
Okay.
Sometimes you can even work there. Say, I want to have this future for my child.
Okay.
There for discipline's sake, be account. Nafa maobano faskase etum. Odi tu mewi no. Obey signatory. Child right funds obey signatory, which means that obrasa mean taking unilateral decisions. Mianam demamba, basa and sama jemiko.
That should be prescribed.
Normal responsibility is to protect the money because the money now belongs to the child. So they will make sure say who is scanning the na that should be ebia bibi yawa na woni ho akora no betimi nya dachi papa bi. This child rights for ejuma our modi protected the interests of children. One kasa odi bonen kwa na ebima. One you can even walk to their office and say I want to have this plan for my child. How can you help me to keep me in check, discipline so that I can have this future for my child? That's all.
All right, so I'm trying to reach the executive director of Child Rights International, that is Mr. Bright Apia, to ask whether he is impressed so far with how the case is going. So my producer will surely get that, and we will get his opinion on that before we wrap up this discussion. But then, Kofi Asamoah, let me also get your opinion on this. Moving forward, what would you advise Akuapem Poloo to be doing now that we are waiting for the next line of action? And let me read this statement from Intimdodo Solomon, aka Chemo. Is that Sammy, the lawyer is not going for overturning the case. The lawyer in an interview said he's going to fight for a reduction in punishment and not to fight for the entire case. So the press conference is part of the strategy, just that in my opinion it was poorly executed. Kofi, so once again I'm asking, what would you advise your friend Poloo to be doing in these times?
I think the best for her would be to keep quiet and follow instructions of her legal team. This is not a matter for social media. It is not a social media war. She should keep quiet and listen.
Because I also have another story here from E-News Ghana that says the lawyer has said Akuapem Poloo was not ready for the press briefing. Where the lawyer has said.
It looks so, and I said it earlier on.
Yeah. Say again?
It looked
the message.
Which message?
You are not paying attention. You are on program and you are on your phone.
Yes, I said there is a story.
Please, let me finish. So, like I was saying, about forget him. He's not serious. He's only gave me chatty.
Only gave you chatty.
Those who are true.
Only gave you chatty. Only gave you chatty. Yes, Kofi, continue.
Only Audrey.
Kofi, continue.
So, like I was saying, what program?
Don't worry. Adam, do you have to continue challenging this gentleman?
I said it earlier that I couldn't make sense out of the whole thing, and if indeed it is true that the lawyer did say that she was not ready, it clearly looks she was not ready, and it felt like somebody was telling her, one celebrity friend was telling her, the Ghana fireman, but don't want to say, Ghana fire is saying Tibra, the press conference, not that would be a say, and that's all she did, because me also have my update of what the case is, what is going on. I'm sure no kwa cry like Kasai. Press we're free about would the quarters in the middle of a court issue. Oh, about a presser. Unkwawa na wakasa lawyers and kasa will be a this time, the best she can do and the most favor she can do herself is to keep quiet, go off social media, and let the case until the case is dead and gone, and then she should just listen to her lawyers.
All right, thank you so much. Yes, Adam.
Yeah. So, like I said earlier, they had a certain intention for the press conference to show remorse among others, but it's like they went beyond certain parameters, which, when care is not taken, can even affect the state of the case. Because, Charlie, if you allow a certain force or pressure to be exerted on a certain state institution, if you are not careful, they may also change their approach, which at the end of the day can go against you. She should not limit her interaction. Yesterday she was on Instagram and other things, like praying or something. She should be very careful, because at times when the police come to arrest you, they say whatever you say here will be used against you in court. She should be circumspect in her approach to certain things, because the case is still in court and it's not over yet. So she should be very, very careful and cautious of the things she says or what she does. Else, it can bite her later on. We're all praying for the best for her.
Okay. Thank you so much, Adam Mesa Chatterman.